This thing can be a complete nightmare if it is not addressed when house hacking. Hi guys, welcome to the Niche of All Trades channel where we talk about personal finance, personal development, and whatever I'm really interested in. Today we're going to talk about the number one thing, in my opinion, that you should consider when it comes to house hacking. That thing is adequate soundproofing. If you don't have adequate soundproofing between your unit and the upper unit or the unit you are renting out, you could certainly have a huge issue with sound transfer, and it just reduces the quality of life for you and your family if you are trying to house hack with a family, and sometimes might be overlooked when you're considering house hacking. But I highly recommend you actually address this issue before even moving into your unit. As I've shown in our previous video, we actually kind of failed at house hacking because we didn't factor in that the two units didn't have enough soundproofing to reduce the overall sound transfer between the units, and this caused a significant issue for us. And so today I'm going to talk about what we're doing right now in our current place to improve the soundproofing between the basement unit and the unit that we're living in, and the materials that we use, the process that's involved, the overall cost to doing so, and overall doing a sound test to actually see the before and after in terms of the reduction in sound transfer and the improvement in the overall soundproofing process. So hopefully this type of content, if you do like this type of content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell, because I will be posting weekly. Thank you for tuning in. Let's start. This is a 2-bedroom basement. When we purchased the house, we knew that sound transfer was something that we need to address right away. If we were ever to rent out the basement in the future, we want to reduce the overall sound transfer issue, as we learned that in our previous minimalism house hacking experiment, that is an issue that we don't want to be really thinking about too often. One of the first things we did was start ripping up the ceilings here in this basement. Unfortunately, the basement ceiling here only had 1/2 inch of drywall and some just regular batting insulation just for heat transfer, not for sound. So we ripped up the ceiling. What we did was put in a product called Safe and Sound noise or sound insulation by Rockwool, and I believe I've got an image of that here. Boom. Soundproofing insulation, fire and soundproofing insulation, even better. And then so that actually deals with the acoustic sound that you would often hear and reduces the acoustic sound transfer. So when the kids are screaming or singing, or when people are talking upstairs, or when we're listening to the TV really loudly or the music really loudly, that sound doesn't really get transferred through very much at all. And we've actually already got the Rockwool insulation installed. That's what it looks like, the Rockwool Safe and Sound insulation. And I can't hear anything from upstairs right now.
My mom keep calling me. Yes! Lucas! Yes! Lucas! Yes! Lucas! Yes! Hello! Alright, let's try from over here. Lucas! Mother, I'm cooperating!
Which is awesome. The kids are up there, they are listening to music as well, and really no sound transfer at the moment, like nothing at all, which is fantastic. I want to also show this product that we're trying out. There's 2 types of sound. There's acoustic sound and then there's impact sound. So you want to address both types of sound to reduce the overall sound transfer between the 2 units. So the Rockwool Safe and Sound insulation will reduce the acoustic sound and help with that significantly, but it doesn't really impact sound. It doesn't affect it as much. What happens is when somebody's walking upstairs, that impact from the footsteps will get transferred down from their flooring upstairs through the joists. So those are the pieces of wood that you'll see, support this house. Those are called joists. They're going across the ceiling like that. And if the drywall is screwed directly onto the joist, impact sound will transfer right through and the vibrations will just be heard. From downstairs. So to reduce that, what the strategy typically is decoupling the drywall that would make up the ceiling for this basement from the actual joist. And so the product that we're using is something called a whisper clip. It's made by the company called Green Glue, and this is what it looks like. It's this clip that we screw in directly into the joist, and then what happens next is that we install this channel. It's not a resilient channel, but it's called a hat channel, I believe, or a fur, I don't know how to pronounce it, channel, and those are held up to the joist, but doesn't touch the joist. It's connected into the whisper clip. And then what happens next, so that creates that decoupling. So there's going to be no contact between the joist and the drywall. Then we screw in a thicker sheet of drywall. So instead of 1/2 inch drywall, I'm going to go with 5/8 of an inch of drywall. Screw that into the hat channel. And then what we do is use this product called green glue that you apply to the second sheet of drywall, and then you screw in that second sheet of drywall into the hat channel and the other piece of drywall as well. And that green glue stuff, once it cures, will help dissipate the sound waves from the impact sound as well. So that should also contribute to less acoustic sound. And with the whisper clip, the hat channel, the 2 sheets of 5/8 drywall, and the green glue will greatly reduce that impact sound. So we're going all out pretty much with doing this. It does cost quite a bit just in terms of the material to cover a 750, let's say 700 square foot basement with just the ceiling. It should be around $4,000, just maybe over $4,000 of material. And I am getting a guy to go ahead and install this for us.
Several days later.
We're pretty much done now. I'm going to actually do a test to see what the sound transfer is. So I'm going to blast the music upstairs on the main level in the kitchen and see what the difference in sound transfer is now in the basement. So in the basement, we'll look at what as a base case, what is the sound level when there's no music playing upstairs. And then once we blast the music upstairs, we'll go downstairs and see what the sound transfer level is. Like how much louder does it get in the basement when we have the music blasting in the kitchen on the main level unit.
Overall sound down here is about anywhere between 51 to 54 decibels when there's no sound playing upstairs, and there's just background noise here. There's a furnace in the basement which adds to sound in the basement.
Okay guys, so I'm going to blast the speakers here in the kitchen area and go downstairs to roughly the same area and see what that sound transfer is looking like. Sound level in the basement. As we saw, almost no transfer of sound between the upstairs and downstairs. I could hear a little bit of that song. All of that material that we put in the basement for the ceiling has really done its job. When we're renting that space out, we want that person or people to be living in peace.
In inner peace. Would whoever is making that flapping sound quiet down?
In terms of impact sound, I didn't show a test here because it was really tough to pick up the sound. The material that we've used has really muffled the impact sound. My daughters are running around upstairs. We don't really hear too much downstairs in the basement. You still do hear that impact sound though, but it's definitely a lot less. When I did do the test, it did seem to be about a difference between 10 to 15 decibels less in impact sound when my daughter was running upstairs, and that was compared to when we didn't have any insulation whatsoever. Was it worth it overall? I feel it is, because now I know that if we're talking, we're very loud. If we're blasting the music, it's really not going to make a huge impact in terms of sound downstairs, and we can be more comfortable, you know, not having to walk on eggshells. We just want to make it a good quality experience for whoever's going to be living downstairs and for ourselves as well. And so that's the big experiment. I would recommend this to anybody who is looking to house hack and apply that to their financial goals, because it does improve your savings rate significantly when you can rent out a portion of your living space. And so if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a comment if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.